10. Germany, bestiality brothels. A 2013 report from the Daily Mail News warns that bestiality brothels are spreading through Germany. People are calling it a lifestyle choice when wanting to commit to having relations with animals. The bestiality brothels are referred to as erotic zoos. Bestiality brothels are raging through Germany because of a law that makes animal X-rated films illegal, but sex with animals is still okay. In one case, a German farmer noticed that his flock of sheep started to shy away from human contact. So he added cameras and found that during the evenings, men were sneaking onto his land to have sex with his animals. Most people who are bored at night make a run to Taco Bell, not out to the farm to fornicate with sheep. Just saying. 9. Colombia, donkey intercourse. Known for its beautiful South American women, the northern coast of Colombia has been cited as an epicenter for bestiality. A documentary entitled, Asses of the Caribbean, chronicled the activities in which pubescent boys were having sex with donkeys. This practice was generally accepted. The highly Catholic region did not allow for sexual relations until marriage. So, naturally, the boys practiced on donkeys to hone their sexual skills. There is also a misguided belief that having sex with the donkeys helps to increase their genital size and allows them to perfect the act. Prior to marriage, some of the boys even continue their relationships with animals after they get married. 8. South Africa, doggy love. Well, the South African courts do not want to see some of the cases that come before them, but in this country, having sex with animals is not officially condoned, but it happens quite often. Despite it being against the law, it is happening with regularity and not enough is being done to curtail the activities. Back in 2013, News 24 reported that a Pretoria woman was found guilty of having sex with 2 dogs. Now that's an animalistic threesome. While a Mpumalanga man was shot after resisting arrest when police discovered him in the act of having sex with his pig. Many societies have laws prohibiting these actions, but are not enforced nearly enough. Numerous cases are coming before the South African courts chronicling illegal sexual acts between humans and animals. It is estimated that thousands of cases go unreported in the country each and every year. 7. United States, land of the free. Listen, when laws in the 2000s are finally going on record outlawing the act of a human having sex with an animal, you have to raise more than an eyebrow. In the well-developed United States, sexual acts between animals and humans is far too commonplace. One example of such an act took place in the state of Washington, as reported by the Seattle Times. There, a 45-year-old man died after receiving anal sex from a stallion. The horse's large penis perforated the man's colon and the act was all caught on camera. The video went viral, and after it was widely spread over the internet, the state of Washington was finally forced to outlaw humans having sex with animals. Most people think these people are crazies out in the middle of nowhere. In this case, this was an aerospace engineer for Boeing. He clearly didn't do the math on the size of the horse's genitalia. In fact, there is no law against the act in Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, pending, New Mexico, Ohio, Texas, Vermont, West Virginia and Wyoming. Worth noting, Alabama finally passed the law in 2014, although the governor refused to sign the legislation. Wouldn't want to? Alienator divided by pause equals 50/ any of those animal lovers who voted for you. 6. Sweden, just banned bestiality in 2013. Sweden, it's your turn. In 2013, Sweden finally banned its citizens from having sex with animals. The Swedes often like to refer to themselves as a perfect society. However, just a few years ago it was legal to have agreed upon midway through 2013, but wasn't going to officially be enforced until 2014. This way, it gave animal lovers the opportunity to get it all out of their system before the law went official. Sweden, like too many European countries, has way too much free animal love going on. That is just far too many people in a country who think sex with animals is an acceptable idea. 5. Denmark, the hotspot for the bestiality industry. When you are referred to as a hotspot for the animal sex tourism industry, sadly, yes, there is such a thing, you know you got problems. In Denmark, a 2011 report cited by the Danish Justice Prior Ministry found that 17% of vets suspected an animal they had treated had been involved in sexual relations with a human. A report in the independent newspaper states that there has been a rise in the underground animal sex tourism in Denmark. Denmark is also host to animal brothels. In case you are wondering, the charge is between $85 and $170 depending on which animal is being chosen. And despite Denmark trying to enact stricter laws, only 76% of the Danish population support such laws, meaning 24% do not. 4. Brazil, penile cancer on the rise. Brazil is well known for beautiful, sensual women who have enticing tan skin and robust hourglass figures. Brazil is also a hotbed for penile cancer in men caused by having sex with animals. Men who have sex with animals are twice as likely to get penis cancer than those who aren't nearly as disgusting. In fact, a study of men with penile cancer in Brazil showed that 45% of the men with cancer had sexual relations with an animal. What's even more disturbing is in the same study, it was reported that 35% of healthy men and those with penile cancer had admitted to boinking an animal. Most of the participants reported that once they began having sex with women, they stopped having sex with animals. 3. Hungary, bestiality adult entertainment. Hungary, home of legal bestiality. On top of keeping bestiality legal, Hungary is one of the 3 largest producers of bestiality X-rated films in the world. Animal entertainment is a big problem in Hungary and is filling the internet as we speak. The other 2 notables are Brazil and Japan. Hungary also has been beefing up the number of animal brothels in the country. It may be difficult for a normal person to comprehend, but Hungary is getting far too comfortable with the act of human/animal love. 2. Finland, legal since 1971. We have a new slogan for Finland to draw on those extra tourists. Finland, where it's actually legal to have sex with an animal. That's right, the Finns are perfectly fine with its countrymen nailing their pets. Much like other absurd countries who attempt to excuse this vile behavior, Finland actually has on record with its law that it's all right to have sex with animals as long as it cannot be proved that the animal has been treated too roughly or cruelly or that the act has caused unnecessary pain and suffering. Seriously? Too rough. Unnecessary pain and suffering. Are there counseling centers for animals to report their pain and suffering? Finland actually went out of their way to legalize bestiality in 1971 because they felt people who were mentally ill or simply lonely should have the right to get extra cozy with their pets. Finland gave us angry birds, and we now have to wonder if the birds are just pissed off from getting groped way too often. Just repulsive. 1. Mexico, donkey shows. Since it's Mexico's turn, let's talk about the famous donkey shows. There's a Mexican border town called Boys Town in which Texas boys head south to watch a Mexican señorita have sex with her donkey. Yup, it's an age-old drunk festival of fun for onlookers who can't believe their eyes. But Mexican donkey shows have been going on for quite a while now. Bestiality in Mexico is legal and doesn't appear to be going out of style anytime soon. Tijuana, Mexico is infamous for donkey shows, and people with flyers often hit the streets and sell the show as if it were a Vegas nightclub act. Located just south of San Diego, California, Tijuana is a hotbed for drunken college fun. So why not hit a donkey show? But in this instance, the shows generally feature both a donkey and a woman who are both owned and forced into the vile act. And the bestiality doesn't stop there. Much like in other countries, rural parts of Mexico feature rampant bestiality issues.